Hey, in this video I'm going to walk you through the timeline on how long it takes to get leads without ads. The question every local businesses ask right now is how long does it take to get leads completely without ads? I'm going to show you exactly how we're able to use this single one-page website that cost less than $100 to build out. I was able to generate leads, and the first lead came in January of 2025 with the site built in November of 2024. That's it, Raymond Cap. So stick with me in this video and you're going to get the exact same step we use in creating this website and how long is it's going to take for yours, be it whatever business it is you operate. So most local businesses, maybe you're a plumber, you're an HVAC guy, a roofer, or you run a landscaping company, and you're tired of paying for ads every single month. I understand the struggle. You want to know how long does it actually take to get customers without spending any money on ads. I'm going to show you real numbers, not made up numbers by gurus, real data from website I built and test out. I'm going to walk you through the exact same system that you can use month by month. By the end of this video, you'll know the timeline, the cost, and whether this is right for you. So here's what most local businesses like yourself don't know. You start paying for Google ads or Facebook ads. Maybe you spend anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a month, or maybe $2,000 or even more. And it works okay. You get some calls, some of them turn into customers. But here's the problem. You never stop paying. The second you turn off the ads, the phone stops ringing, you're stuck. You're renting customers every single month. And the worst part, your competitors show up on Google for free and are getting customers while they sleep. They're not paying per click. They're not worried about their cost per lead going up. They just own the spot on Google. Meanwhile, you're sitting there wondering why your website isn't bringing any calls. You paid someone to build a very nice website, but it just sits there, do nothing. The reason is simple. Most local businesses are invisible on Google. They're on page 2, 3, or page 10, and nobody goes there. In fact, over 90% of people never scroll past page 1 of Google. So all the traffic, all the people searching for your service in your city, they are going to your competitor instead. The real cost of being invisible, it's quite a lot. So let me show you what it actually costs. Let's say you're an HVAC company in a decent city size, and let's say 100 people search for HVAC repair every single month. If you're invisible on Google, you get 0% of these persons actually coming through. Your competitors who rank on page 1, if you get 30 to 40 of them, that's 30 to 40 potentials you just lost. So now let's say an average job is worth $500. That's $15,000 to $20,000 in revenue going to someone else every single month, and that's $180,000 to $224,000 to $240,000 rather per year. And you're over paying $2,000 every single month just to compete. This is why I built a test website, and I wanted to prove that it was simple, cheap website and could rank on Google and bring you real customers without spending any money on ads. So let's get into this exact same system we use in building out this website and how you can replicate this for multiple business. If you stick with me in this video, I'm going to show you a more enhanced system that will help you dominate your entire market across multiple cities that you actually service. So this is the website itself, gotosmckinney.com. The very first thing we did was get an exact match domain. What is an exact match domain? An exact match domain simply means you including the core service you render plus the city in which you render it in the domain of the website you're trying to buy. So let's say you own an accounting firm in, let's say, Columbus, Ohio. What exactly your domain name is going to be? accountingcolumbus.com. That simply works. Why? Because Google tends to favor an exact match domain. Having your keyword or the core service that you render in the domain name gives it that hyperlocal functionality, and such Google tends to just rank them. So that's the very first thing we did with this website. The second thing we did was also include the service in the title tag of the page that we're appearing for. This you can see in this search term right here, and this is our website right here, appearing for Seamless Goddess McKinney, position number 2. This is the title tag you can see right here. So you also want to include the core service that you render plus the related service plus the city in the title tag of the website. Then the third thing we did was actually include it in the headline, the H1 tag. Consider your H1 like the chapter of a book. The chapter basically gives you an understanding of exactly what the specific chapter is all about. That's how headline works. So you also want to give Google context on exactly what it's going to rank your page for. So you include your core service and your related services, including your city also in the headline tag, which is the H1 tag. Then the first paragraph just after the headline tag, you also want to include your keywords naturally. That's your service your service that you render naturally in the very first paragraph. Excuse me. So basically that's all we did for this section. And the next section is our service section. This is where you want to include all of the services you render. In our case, gutter installation, replacement, repair, cleaning, downspout, gutter guards installation. So you want to simply list out all of these services and say brief about each of the services, and most likely you could also link out to dedicated service pages overall. Then the next section we built out is why they should choose us, why they should choose this website for their gutter services. This is the section you want to include how long you've been in business, about you, if you're licensed, if you're insured, if you've won awards, if you offer financing, what is the quality of your team, how long do you stay on site from begin getting calls to coming to the site. This is where you want to include all of those systems here. Then the second to last system we did was include frequently asked questions. These are questions that people who are actively searching for your services are kind of looking for. So you want to answer all of those queries on your website. It tends to build that authority of your website and get Google to rank you higher. So how do we get these questions? So you can get them exactly from Google. Google gives you an hint on exactly the kind of questions people are actively searching for, the people looking for your service. So whatever service it is you're offering, just type your service plus your city in the Google search, and you'll see the section a couple people also ask. This is the section you want to look at to actually place these services on your website, or these questions on your website. Like in this case, it's called what are the downsides of seamless gutters? But you have to make it hyper local to your area that you service. So you could say, what are the downsides of seamless gutters in McKinney? How much is the 200 linear feet of gutters in McKinney? Are seamless gutters worth it in McKinney? How much does Lobis charge per foot for gutters in McKinney? So you want to make it local to your area that you service. And the last we did was include the zip code in the page of the website. The zip code simply helps searchers who are looking for a specific company or a specific service within their specific zip code. So you tend to appear for these searches. And that's all we did for the home page of this website. And the next thing we did was get Google to recognize this website. And how were we able to do that? We basically listed our website in multiple directories. So as a real business would. So Google tends to see us and trust us with this system. So we basically list out our website on over 400 directories right here. You could go down this list yourself and get your website listed or registered. Or you could hire these guys on Fiverr, Mohammed Wahid. He does this for $75 a pop, which is quite cheap, and you get all of your citations back within 3 days. So it's something you should have under your belt. And basically that's all we did. We spent $75 for the citation and $15 for the domain, $90, and we got our very first lead in January 25 of 2025. Mind you, like I said, the website was built out in the 1st of November 2024, and we got our first lead 3 months in. That's the timeline you want to expect. For an SEO service to actually kick in, you want anywhere between 3 months to 12 months to actually see full-blown results. So that's something we did for our case. And there's a lot of things we could have done better. One of them is include a dedicated service page for each of these service. So aside from putting them right here, so you just want to talk briefly about the service on the home page. Then you want to link out to a dedicated service page that talks about just gutter replacement, just repairs, just cleaning, just gutter guards, just downspout. And this kind of give your website that overall boost. It gives it that topical authority, it gives it that juice that, okay, you're an active website and you're robust, you know exactly what it is you're doing. Another thing we could have done right here is also include nearby location pages. So this will help us target locations that are close to us, services that are close to us within that location, and we'll get all of those ranked out. That's something we could have done that could have even increased the number of leads. You might wonder, 16 leads for an entire year. For $100, that is way cheap. Because these leads that came in are leads that are worth anywhere between $150 to $300 per lead. So that's savings of anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000 for a business owner who would actually get this. But this is a case study, like I said. But 16 leads could have been more, but we didn't have an active phone number on the site. The phone number you see here doesn't work. So a lot of persons don't actually fill out this form. So that's going to tell you exactly what it took for someone to actually go ahead and fill out the form to get an address. Most people just want to get in touch with the business owner and get their services rendered to them right out of the bat. So that's something you want to take note. Then another thing we didn't do was build more links, get more websites to mention us. And how can you do this? The very cheapest option is using a press release. A press release is more of like a newsworthy article that tells about your business or your services. But you can use this to gain that SEO benefit. The $70 plan here gives you a 450 placement guarantee, meaning 450 websites is going to link back to your website, including Fox Media outlets, NBC Media outlets, CBS Media outlets. All of these are authority news brand that are going to link out to you. It is quite cheap, but these are foundational links that Google trusts, and it's something you should have. And it could help us get even more rankings. More rankings means more persons see your business. More persons see your business means you get more leads. You get more leads means you increase your revenue. Then another thing we could have done is build even further very good backlinks. Backlinks are kind of like higher authority website like Forbes and the rest of them. These are more quality compared to the press release. Those ones are quite expensive, and I use a mentor of mine, Jackie Chow. He offers the services. It's niche edit, build, and guest post. Does this from anywhere between $74 to $90 a link, and you could do this for maybe once a month or 2 links in a month, and that's going to get your website way up in the search. It's something that you're going to look at and you say, whoa, I did something good. So let's get back to exactly what it is we did. Let me just walk you through the timeline all over again. We picked an exact competitive service, got our installation in a city called McKinney. We bought an exact match domain. We built a once-page single site, not a fancy 50-page website. Wish it could be for your business if it were. So we included the headline, got our installation in the headline, listed all of the services, a section that talks about why people should hire us, some testimonials, 20 frequently asked questions, and listed all of the zip code. And that's all we did. So basically what you could have done, like I said, we submitted directories right here, cost $50, and that's about it, less than $100. And here's the timeline. November of 2024, the website got launched. December of 2024, nothing happened. January 2025, the first lead came in. A real homeowner filled out a form about Gota installation. By February through October, the site averaged 1 to 3 leads per month. That's total of 12 months and 16 leads in total. And here's the crazy part. The website didn't have a phone number, like I said, just the contact form. If I had put an active phone number, I would have generated even more calls, double that calls, or even triple the number of calls. So this is the breakdown of the cost again. The domain is going to cost you $15. You've got a host, that's $24, citation $75, press release $70, indexing service to get Google to see your website faster $20, AI tool to write your content $20, and the total do-it-yourself cost is $224. Then an add-on, if something you actually want to invest in for your business, you would want to do this. I strongly recommend you do this. Quality backlinks, $90 to $100 per month. Guest post links, $90 to $100 per month. So for the price of 1 month of ads, you can build out a website that generates leads for you completely for years. And here's the multi-site strategy I'm talking about on how to dominate your entire market for your specific service that you render. So what if you don't build just one website? What if you could build what if you could build separate website for each of the cities you target? Aside from having the home page and the location pages, you also want to target, for some reason, Google tends to trust the home page of this website for the core services that you render. So if you serve nearby location, like in our case, Allen, Prosper, Princeton, I recommend what's working now in 2025 going to 2026. You want dedicated service page for each of these services. You get an exact match domain, repeat the same process I did with the Gotas McKinney, and definitely you're going to ramp up those number of leads from between 1 lead to 3 to 5 leads per site per month, and that could generate you a ton of leads in total. So realistically, this is the timeline you get when you kind of want to run through this whole system without having to spend money on ads. Month 1, you build out the site, submit directories, you start your process. Month 2, Google starts to notice your website. Still no leads yet. Month 3, you might get your first leads, maybe not, but don't panic. Month 4, you should start saying 1 to 2 leads per month. Month 6, you're consistently getting 2 to 3 leads per month. And month 12, you're getting 2 to 5 leads per month per site. This is not a get rich quick thing. This is a build your own lead machine thing. And here's what most people don't understand. You don't have to stop running ads while you keep running this. Keep running your business, keep building it. Then on the side, whatever cash flow you have, you channel that into building this SEO system that generates money from you non-stop without you spending more a ton of money on ads, essentially. So why stick with us? So if you're thinking, okay, I want to do this, but I don't have time to manage all of this, that's where we're coming. Here's what we handle for our clients who want a done-for-you service. We do your Google Business Profile Optimization because that gets most of the calls. It's a guaranteed calls for you if you have a Google Business Profile, especially when you have your address visible. Reputation management, we build an automated system that collect review for you automatically. We set up a missed call text back system that automatically texts the customer once you're busy and then follow-up sequence with them that kicks in and closes the deal. We have an AI chat widget installed in your website that books appointment for you on autopilot. Then ongoing SEO management, Google changes its rules all the time. So we try to stay on top of updates and adjust your site to keep up with the rankings. Campaign management, when you want to promote a new service or run a special offer, we handle the marketing and every other thing that has to do with the website itself for you. So the next step, so you can stay here and pay ads forever, or that's fine, but you can keep renting, or you can spend $224 and build out your first city website. Do it yourself, follow the method I showed you, and see what happens in 90 days. Or if you don't have time, book a call with us. We'll analyze your market, we'll show you which cities have the best opportunities, and we'll build the first site for you. We also have a free risk trial for Google Business Profile Optimization. You only pay when you see results. The clock is ticking right now while your computers are building systems that are getting calls for them non-stop. So book a free audit call with us. Let's see if this makes sense for your business and if you are a good fit even. If that's it, you know exactly how long it takes and what it costs. No more guessing. So get right to it. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel. If you have questions, leave them in the comment section and I will do well to answer them. Right, thank you so much for watching so far. I'll see you in the next video.